Hello, hello. We are just going to make a very quick video, and we're going to talk about the man that everyone seems to be talking about because, we want to in on this trend, I guess. No, but seriously, though, it's because of the fact that his opinions are interesting. And we're going to ask these two guys about what their opinions on it as well. And just so you're aware of who we're talking about, we are talking about Andrew Tate. If you don't know who that is, I'm going to show you right now who he is. It's this person right here. So, you can see him right here. He's a boxer. He does all sorts of things. He comments on people and their opinions, or he comments on people's opinions on women and what he thinks on women, and he thinks he's the only way to do it. Anyway, so now that you have a little bit of an idea of who we're going to be talking about, we can technically keep that up, but I would rather see my own face personally, and I think these two guys, I would rather see them too.
Exactly. I like my face much better than Andrew Tate's face.
Yes.
Well, my face kind of looks like Andrew Tate's because you don't see my hair. See? So
yeah.
So be careful when you guys talk about him. It's like kind of feel like you guys are talking about me. So
I mean,
yeah. There's actually they actually did a statistics. They asked women to like if they like bald men versus men with hair. And a lot of women, they actually do like men, like bald-headed men, because they say it makes them look more masculine. They just look more like, like macho men. So Andrew Tate, he's playing that game. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's bald because he can't grow hair. But and he's just playing this game of like, oh man, I'm a tough guy and all this, but that's not like everything that that's not all what being a man is about. He's just basically talking tough game all the time, drinking his liver away and smoking his lungs away. He's obviously doing a bunch of stupid stuff, and I don't know, I think I heard from he's like, he pretty much acts like a pimp, or maybe he is one or something. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to get too much into the Muslim side of things, but one of the things that they encourage is, being a bit of a pimp. Because, I mean, get married to multiple wives. They also encourage anyone who's not of their faith can be sold as a prostitute, which by that definition means that they have a pimp who's pimping them out. Which, once Andrew Tate read that portion of it, he's like, ooh, this is for me.
That's what I like. Religion after my own heart.
Yes, exactly. Religion after my own heart. Wait, hold on. I have to stop drinking? Okay, I'm going to pretend I'm Muslim instead.
Yeah, so where women have zero rights, men do everything they want. They can have pretty much have 4 wives, but then they can have unlimited muta wives, basically temporary wives. It's called holy marriage. You get married basically for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 1, 2, 3 days for a fee. Of course, you pay the woman a certain fee to marry them for a certain amount of time that you guys agree on, but that's not prostitution at all. It's not.
No,
it's holy marriage. It's holy marriage. It's just it's a great religion for somebody like Andrew Tate. So he likes unlimited women. But being a man is actually being loyal to one woman. Being a man is controlling your animal side. How I like how Peter Daniels, or what's his name, what's his name, Peter, he's like a psychologist. He's very smart.
What does he talk about regarding women and the man? I know.
Yeah, he's about being men, and basically what he says is basically that a man is supposed to be an absolute monster, like strong monster, but then he has to, and then also be able to control it very well.
So Jordan Peterson that talked about.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson. Yeah.
Oh, Jordan Peterson. Yeah, that guy. I
Yeah,
like that guy.
it's like Peter Daniels. Yeah, but also Peter Daniels is also a
Jack
cool guy.
Daniels.
Jack Daniels. Yeah.
Ah, got it.
That's I guess
You don't
Jack.
like
Yeah,
Andrew
Jack.
Tate?
I'm pretty sure he likes Jack Daniels. But yeah, so basically he says that you're supposed to be like a monster, but then contain it, and then so for example, a regular guy, he would like the idea to have all the women want him, and he wants all the women, all this. But then a real man is able to contain that and then just have one wife, and do what's right, and concentrate on wife, which is this guy, what's his name, Tate Schmate with the tater tot. He's just like, yeah, I'm a man, and I smoke and I drink and I do all the women and all this, and I have no limits. Yeah, I'm a man. It's like, I don't know. You just kind of like, you're just showing that you're like a beast, but you're not containing yourself. You're just letting your emotions flow, and then you're just like a man that's just basically acting like an animal. That's
Peter, what
not the kind of man God wants us to be.
All right. To be quite frank, I kind of like the guy, guys. I'm sorry to say, I do like him. I think he's a what is it called? Despite obviously, there's the views on the women, things like that. The Quran, him going to the Muslims. I think that's completely hilarious. And I really wish he could like talk to, what's his name, Christian Prince, so he can get destroyed and realize the crap that he's signed up for. But again, I don't think it's not because he's just competent. He's like so competent in the Muslim faith that he joined it. Is just like you guys are saying, like, oh, 4 wives sounds nice, okay, but besides that, I think a lot. I mean, based on what I have seen from him, I obviously hadn't seen everything that he's put out there, but he does say a lot of good things. I do think that he's a positive influence from the side of he is waking a lot of people up, kind of like the whole Trump thing, like people getting on Trump, that he had the multiple wives in our previous episode. If you guys it's going to be up or not up yet, when we were talking about the Dr. Kent Hovind about the him with his 4 wives and things like that, basically that we're eat the meat spit out the bones kind of concept. So if we're trying to learn from so I see positive in him, but then there's the negative part, and again obviously he's promoting the part with the women and all that stuff, which is a no. So I disagree with that. I disagree with the Quran stuff, but from the side of actually smacking some guys around regarding waking up, becoming physically strong, regarding waking up regarding the matrix, the whole financial system, how it's corrupt, how it's the governments, things like that. So he's actually, I think there's a lot of positive to him being out there. He has been censored. If you guys didn't know about that, he has got censored. I'm against that he got censored, because sometimes people are quick to be like, hey, because I don't like him, good, I'm glad he's censored, we don't need those kind of people on the internet, but I think it's also shows that he's sharing something that's the establishment is not quite a fan of, even though he still have a lot of his videos on YouTube, because a lot of people actually really liking that kind of stuff. And it shows you that this is lacking in what is it called, in men, that we're basically a lot of guys and young people actually drawn to him because he's actually standing up and he's basically boldly saying a lot of stuff that people are like, oh, the people kind of are afraid to say, so he's kind of, if anything, we can even learn, because it's kind of sad, but at the same time I can't blame him for saying that. He kind of basically referred to Christians as kind of like silly, they don't stand for anything. He said you'll see, he's like, you'll see a Christian he'll be basically walking, you'll see somebody dressed up saying a Jesus, and he's he's walking in the sodomite parade, or he's all LGBT, saying like Jesus is homo and things like that. Christians won't say anything, they just learn to accept, accept everything. He's like, but I respect Muslims. If you say something about Allah, or say something, you're gonna basically, by the end of the day, you won't exist anymore, kind of like saying that. It's sad, but the reality is that basically men, even though if you look at the men of the Bible, they're the freaking manliest men on the planet, but we've turned, the current men of this day, Christians have basically got this new name that if you think somebody thinks of a Christian, they think of, like me and Dimitri would always laugh about that. Like a guy would come up or something, let's say a server or something, like, hey guys, and like being very nice to us or something, serving, and he's like being kind of feminish. We're like, we look at each other, me and Dimitri, we're like, he's either a faggot or a Christian, you know, and that's
Good.
the sad,
Good.
unfortunate part of it.
We're this is just fantastic. So this is not YouTube safe anymore.
Oh snap!
Unfortunately.
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't really share my true opinions. That's right. I guess you can censor a whole bunch of.
You'll have to.
I mean, I would
bleep
have
that
to
part
censor
out.
quite a bit of Peter's speech, unfortunately. So,
I guess
anyway,
this is just.
so this
I
was
guess this is just.
our quick.
This is just for Rumble, maybe. If you guys are seeing this is on Rumble, not on YouTube, because again, just like Tate is being censored and everything, because he just calls things for what it is and it ruffles feathers. So same thing with this, you know. So bottom line is, I think it's like a chess piece that I think he's right now we have a bigger enemy, and I think I see him as on our side in certain areas. Certain areas I disagree, but I think it's arguments and discussions to have after we defeat the bigger enemy, which is the big evil out there, the censorship and the globalists that are pushing their agenda and the corrupt governments. I think that's my opinion about that.
Yeah.
Great.
I got
great.
a lot more to say, but yeah.
Well, that was just our quick video that we were gonna upload for Andrew Tate and what we thought about it. You may or may not see some of this on YouTube, or you probably won't, honestly. But you know, Rumble people, hopefully you like and subscribe and do all that, or hit the smash button is what I'm saying. Smash the like button. Anyway, all right. Thank you so much. See ya.
Bye. Take care, guys.